What is up, everybody? Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, it is your boys, the Bull and the Duck, back once again, here to talk the best in fucking video games. Mr. Brian, how you doing today?
Doing good.
Before we get started today, of course, as always, we'd like to plug our Twitter and our Twitch. You could find us at Bullduck Gaming on Twitter, bullduckgaming.twitch.tv.
Twitch.tv/bullduckgaming.
Thank you. It's been a long day. I don't really... I'm out of it today. Yeah, I was like...
Bullduck.com.
Hey, man, URLs get fucking weird these days.
Look up Bullduck Gaming. There's nothing else like it.
Yeah, pretty much. If you look up Bullduck Gaming, we should.
I don't think there's anything similar to the name.
Next up, we got Movie Mayhem, number 155. Your boys went on the show to talk Super Mario Brothers, the quintessential 1993 film that rocked a generation. So you can find our review there. We kind of bounce around all over the place and kind of get in depth about the movie.
We just kind of shit on it and then lightly praise it.
Yeah.
But mostly shit on it.
Surprisingly, not the worst movie I've ever seen. Had its highs, had mostly lows. But it was something. It was something.
Yeah, if you want any more in-depth talks about that, head on over to Movie Mayhem. Give those boys a little bit of a listen and listen to us on it.
Of course. And, of course, the link for that will be below in the description. And the final bit of news, of course, if you enjoy football, if you enjoy sports, come check us out on the Pig Glass Podcast. Every Thursday morning it uploads. And it's me, Brian from Movie Mayhem, and our good friend Mikey. And the three of us get into everything football. Just currently previewed the championship round of the NFL, so you can check that out if you're into that. Otherwise, we are here to talk video games. We got you covered. You looked like you had to say something.
No, I was just going to add on Pick Glass Podcast. Great fun, great bits.
Yeah, that's the new catchphrase every week. So, Brian, as we always start this show, what would you say you have been playing this week? What's been catching your fancy? What's been tickling you lately in the gaming world?
So I finally finished. I think I finished the story for Forsaken. It seems like there was
Destiny 2.
Yeah, it seemed like there was like post-game missions, but I don't think they were really very story-heavy. A little bit, I don't know. I'm kind of confused on if it's part of the story still.
Yes, so you beat, along with me, both of us kind of played through Destiny 2 Forsaken this week.
You did about 3 times to help everyone else do it?
Yeah, yeah, I mean, I played through it myself, then I played through it with you and with Tom, and neither of you were on at the same time, so I played through the campaign about 3 times. But being an idiot that I am, I didn't use one of my alternate characters that I'll eventually have to beat it with. I just kept playing it on my Warlock. So that was fun. But besides that, so the story wrapped as far as a main Destiny kind of campaign does, where it kind of ends and kind of throws you into endgame. But
it's a good time.
There is still some light story to the endgame. Of course, you finished an exotic quest with me that then unlocked a new world for us to have as like a free roam.
Yeah.
And that part of the world has the raid.
That's cool.
So I think the story missions we did for that kind of lead up to what the raid is about. Will we ever get there? I don't know. We don't really...
Well, we just creeped our way into the kind of funny clan.
Yeah.
So
what's good Guardians? You had your chance. I was pending approval for like 2 weeks. I was like, let me look at kind of funny. Joined, instant access.
They had open joining. So
open invites.
We're in there. We're going to try to do some raids with those good boys and girls, all those beautiful.
Got the clan bounties for the week. Saw they were really close to hitting level 5, did like 2 clan bounties and got us to level 5 in the clan. I was like, I feel important.
Yeah,
I feel like I just did something.
You contributed.
So that'll be nice to get us kind of weekly engrams. And I feel like we'll help them out because a lot of the challenges say like, do this as a clan. And I'm sure a lot of them don't play together.
Yeah.
So us playing, like if me and you or me and Tom go in and win a gambit match, the entire clan gets an engram.
Oh, yeah.
Like all 95 people.
Plus, we always play in groups of 3, so if we see one person in a similar level on, we could always just send them an invite, and they'll be like, oh, they're in the clan.
Yeah.
Oh, they probably have similar interests to me, because kind of funny clan.
So if you want to play Destiny with us, if you're interested in hopping back in, join the Kind of Funny group. As always, hit us up on PSN. I am _Bullhammer. You are...
Stallion Duck 92.
Of course. And,
so how would you... 1S.
1S. The Stallion Duck 1S, my favorite model. How would you describe on like a 1 to 10 scale, how'd you enjoy Forsaken, the campaign of it?
Oh, the campaign, I'd give it like an 8.
Yeah. What would you say you liked? What did you not like?
I just thought Aldrin Sov was a shitty character that I didn't want to see more of, regardless of whether him being good or bad. And a lot of points for... This isn't a spoiler, because it's the first cutscene of the game. There's like an awesome fight scene, cutscene with Cade 6, and it's just awesome. It's like just like a good CGI cutscene.
Yeah, it was very well done.
It's
I
like
believe
movie trailer quality.
I think nobody really saw Aldrin Sov and was like pumped up like, fuck yeah, I get to watch this guy again. I think he served as more of a plot device for the Queen and for Petra, because Petra kind of sides with you, and you don't even... Well, I won't really spoil anything, but like, he never really has like a comeuppance. He serves more of a plot, you know what I mean, in the way that...
The problem with the story with the brother and the Queen that I always felt was they make it feel like there's like a racial divide with the Awoken, but like, I don't think there is.
What do you mean?
Like, it seems like they kind of don't like the Guardians and the people on Earth, but then there's a bunch of Awoken there, so it just kind of feels like there's like a weird racial divide in a way.
I don't think it's that they dislike the Guardians as much as like they're a real private society, and they don't want us knowing much about them.
But then there's a bunch of Awoken and Guardians, so there's like a mix. There's like a conflict there.
Yeah, like, but like it's more of like they'll come to like Earth or they'll come to the tower and they're cool with us, but when it comes to like their homeworld, this is like it's kind of like we don't really want you going there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's like that's kind of our place. We're a very isolated community, and like we'll come to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and that's kind of the way they are. Excuse me, I have a bit of the sniffles today,
Gross.
So if you hear me,
I'm gonna puke.
not 100%.
Alright, so other game. Oh.
Well, I kind of wanted to keep kind of hitting on this because, there's the whole end game now. There are some quality of life improvements as far as, your inventory management, the triumphs, the collections, and the way that the collections are run, where you can kind of like go back, shows all the armor sets, all the gear you've unlocked, and you can, for a price, get it at your current level.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like I need to either fuse it a million times or sit here and wait for it to drop again. Just little things like that. And it really seems like there's a lot more to do as far as everyone has bounties to go do. There's no way, like, I've been playing pretty consistently for like a week and a half now, and there's never not something for me to do.
Yeah, I'm in that weird part where now I hit level 50, so now I have all of my quests for level 50, and it just feels like they just piled so much on me.
Oh, they did, absolutely.
And it's frustrating.
I don't want to be frustrating. You just take one at a time, do whatever you want when you're on, and there'll always be something there to do, you know?
Oh, yeah.
I'd prefer that and being overwhelmed by stuff to do than having nothing and just...
Yeah.
Like, I'm here on Earth just picking flowers because there's nothing for me to... Nothing going on in this game. What else have you... What else has been up your alley lately?
Did we talk about Ultimate Chicken Horse last week?
Or
was that a this week discovery?
That was a kind of this week discovery.
Right,
it was on my list, too.
We've been playing Ultimate Chicken Horse, and let me give you guys a little quick... about what this game is if you don't know. It's basically it's just a 2D platformer. It has a fast run and a wall slide, nothing else, and wall jumps. That's all I have to it. And then you just keep going from point A to B in each level, but at the start of each round, each person grabs a platforming piece and you make the map. So what you want to do is you want to build a way to point B, but you want it to be difficult so that you can make it, but you want to make it that other people aren't good enough to make it. So put traps, make strange wall jumps to just make it difficult, and it's just kind of like an obstacle course that you make as you go.
Yeah, it's kind of battle platforming.
It's like if Mario Brothers had if Mario Maker was a versus game.
Yeah, in the way that like the box opens, everyone picks a piece, and everyone puts it on the map, and you can like if Brian puts a platform down in a spot that makes it really easy to finish the level. I could put like a giant spinning axe there, and all of a sudden it's not so easy. It's really fun.
And certain things will be like for me. There's like sometimes there's like a wrecking ball item. I don't find that one to be that difficult to maneuver around, but some people do. Some people find it really difficult to climb up walls by doing the wall jump. So put wall jumps and make it hard for people. It's just make it hard for others, make it easy for you, and get to the checkpoint first.
Yeah, and for me, that's been a really fun, like, cooldown game.
Oh,
like
so...
if I'm playing a lot of Destiny or I'm playing, something really competitive, and I kind of want a game that I could play for a little bit, zone out, just have some dumb fun. There's no real point to winning or losing. It's just all in good fun.
Yeah,
good party game.
I don't think we've gotten mad at it once.
No.
Except for, like, if someone... No, because I've blocked off the way to go plenty of times where we just can't do anything.
Yeah, like, they kind of let you maneuver around stuff, like... If someone puts something that it's like impossible to get through the level, you could hold circle and give up and go to the next round because nobody's going to be able to do it. if something's in a really obnoxious spot, some rounds there'll be a bomb item you can get and delete stuff off the platforming.
It seems like it knows when there's something, like, if I completely blocked us from being able to go, and we all had to give up, I think it, like, knows, like, oh, we're going to put, like, explosives in the next box so people can destroy parts of the map.
Yeah, I think it's more inclined if no one finishes the level to put bombs and stuff in. And then, of course, on the opposite side, if everybody finishes the level, nobody gets points because it's too easy. So it's kind of cool in that, like, you need to find that middle ground. It's like you're making a level while also in a party game and fucking people over. We have streamed it, so you could check out our previous streams. It'll also probably be something we're continuing to stream.
We will stream again. Oh, yeah, you just said that. But for me, being a non-2D... Like, I'm kind of getting into 2D games now more this year. Mm-hmm. Never really liked them, but not being a 2D guy is helping me, like, get a grasp on 2D games.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of games that we have been streaming...
Oh, boy.
Hello Neighbor.
That's a game.
That is certainly a game. A game I remember when it came out, and people were talking about it.
So much marketing behind that game.
Yeah, and it was like a lot of marketing. Like, they were trying to fit into this...
They had blind boxes at GameStop for, like, the neighbor. It's like, what?
It's like they were trying to appeal to, like, this demographic of, like, these, like, little, like, tiny indie games that blow up. Like maybe like a Five Nights or like an Undertale.
They were trying to make it happen.
They were trying to be one of those. But, like, the game is just not 100% there.
It's a game completely and utterly held down by its own mechanics.
Like, at some points it's trying to be, like, this weird physics platformer, but, like, it's not. Like, it doesn't work right. For those of you that have never played, the basis of this game, there's 3 acts. You're this kid who's just fucking, his balls rolling down the street, and he goes to get it. And he looks in the window, and there's this, like, weird neighbor with, like, you hear screaming, and there's, like...
It looks like he's, like, strangling someone on the ground. Yeah, you can't see a body.
There's, like, obviously a struggle, and he just, like, he locks the door, and he, like, wipes his hands.
And he looks really upset, like, oh, why did this just happen?
He wipes his hands very sinisterly, as if he just completed a deed.
But then he has that, like, what have I done look.
Yeah. So the kid is, like, freaked out, and as any normal kid would, his first instinct is, I'm gonna break in this house and see what's going on. At this point, you become the kid, and it's just like, hey, go find a way in. So you have to, like, avoid this guy, fucking try to get in his house, sneak around the house, find the key to get downstairs.
There's, like, a light horror element to it, which is, like, they're sneaking, but then when he sees you, the screen gets, like, distorted, and he chases you, and it's very intense.
It's very intense, and then he throws, like, glue and oranges at you.
Yeah.
I don't know why that's what's in his pockets at the time.
Yeah, the glue slows you down, and oranges distort your vision, but if you cross the street, he just kind of sits there and crosses his arms like, not today, kid.
So, like, you know, you're trying to get in the house, you can, like, throw something at a window and break it, and then run to the other side and distract him. There's a whole bunch of stuff you could do. And then, like, you know, you get the key and you get down, you go in the basement, shit gets really dark. I don't want to, you know, spoil everything. You could see our stream if you're really interested.
His house is not what you think it's going to be.
But then, like, we get to, like, the second act, and it's just, like, taking forever to get done. It's the most mundane puzzle where we know what has to be done. We figured it out, yet we can't just find all the things we need to get it done. It took us, like, 45 minutes, and I was just getting frustrated. You could hear it on the stream. I'm like, I don't want to fucking play this anymore. Fucking done. Like, it's a game I want to enjoy, and I'm just not.
I enjoy it for what it is, because I don't think there's been a game like this, at least not in a while, like years and years. Like, it's just a first-person puzzle game. They give you nothing to go on. But it is held down by its own mechanics. Like, the interact button doesn't work sometimes. You have to, like, keep pressing it. Picking up stuff is like, is it tap or is it hold? I can't tell. You throw stuff at the window and it just kind of bounces off sometimes. Just, the mechanics aren't there. For how much money they spent on marketing this game, they maybe should put a little bit more into whatever physics they created for the game, because the physics are not good.
No.
Like an example, you can break the window, then you jump through. 1 or 2 windows on the house just feel like they're like 1 inch too tall, which you can't just jump in. You have to, like, put down something and jump on it. But they are at the same level as anything else. Like, it's kind of like, it's probably like a hitbox kind of thing. Like, they're just slightly too tall there. Like, they could have went in and cleaned that up. But
yeah.
But it is a fun game. Like,
it's got potential. It's just like, I don't think they're fixing the game anymore.
Oh, definitely not.
Yeah, like, it's already done.
Well, there is DLC.
Is there?
Yeah, they added a DLC. It shows, like, the neighbor guy, his wife, and he has, like, 2 kids that do not remember what you do. I think it might just be more. Maybe
Is that, like, weirdly spoilers?
I don't know.
Yeah, like we didn't finish the game. Like, I don't know.
Maybe it's a prequel where the kids go. Maybe you're the wife.
Yeah, maybe.
But I like that we didn't cave and look shit up.
Yeah, no, you can't, because then it ruins the game. Then what's the fun of it?
Did we look up anything towards the end?
No. We didn't look up anything at all.
I think like as soon as we got off stream, we found like we were trying to drain water for the longest time. And then as soon as we got off stream, we found like a faucet to finally drain the water. But like here's an example of the game being like stupid. It's like you can put down like a bucket and climb on this fence that looks like you should not be able to walk on it, but you could, and then you were able to get to the faucet. It's like, was that what we were supposed to do? And it was just ugly, poorly designed?
Yeah,
or did we cheese the game?
Like half the time we achieve something, I feel like I didn't do it the right way, and I'm like skipping parts of the game.
Yeah, but like I think that's what you were supposed to do. It just doesn't look right.
Like when we streamed on like the first level, I like jumped on the trash can, got on the roof, and got in that window, and then like every key that I needed was in there, and I was like, did I just like skip half the game, or was this what I was supposed to do?
Like we tried that.
Yeah.
We tried that with the chair and we just couldn't do it, so we figured, like, trying to put the chair down just didn't work, so we were like, oh, maybe not. But yeah, good game, poor mechanics. You can get it on sale. I got it on sale for like $8. It's
Yeah, for $8 it's fine.
yeah, it's a fun game. Probably has no replayability because once you do the puzzle, you know the puzzle.
Any other games you've been playing?
Nope.
Well, for me, the last game that I wanted to bring up is a game I've put maybe 5-6 hours into, and I don't know how I feel about it, and that is Y2K, which we talked about last week on the show.
Curious about that game.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's a turn-based RPG, a JRPG, if you will. There was a lot of pushback from the community on certain aspects of the game. They feel like the main character himself is kind of not an enjoyable character. It's very, like, on the nose with what it is. Like, it's set in the 90s, right?
I feel like a generic, like, bearded dude, slicked haircut, fucking red flannel shirt.
Yeah, but it's a lot of, like, what he says that, you know, in this, like, this day and age doesn't really work. And I get that it's supposed to be the 90s in the game, and we're supposed to accept that. But a lot of people have issues with what they say.
Could you repeat any of it? Or is it something
no,
really
yeah,
bad?
like,
dropping F-bombs or something?
No, the way it's like this one girl in the game you're talking to, and Alex is just like, oh, he's like,
Is that his name?
yeah, Alex is the main character, and he just says something along the lines of like, oh, are you an Oriental? You look like one, and it's just like, and like it's like, whoa,
You
like
see,
that's kind of weird, and then
is,
but like, let me finish because then she kind of like comes back and she's just like, why would you be like, what kind of thing is that to say? And he's like, oh, I didn't mean it as an insult. He's like, you just look kind of like exotic, and it's just like, this is cringy. Like why did you need to put that in there?
See, here's the thing. How old is Alex? It's like 20s?
He just graduated college in the game.
That's how like 50-year-old men in the 90s talk. That's definitely not what like hipster-looking dudes in the 90s talked like.
It's like they tried to make him come off as this like average, like everyday guy, and it's like people don't talk like that. Like even in the 90s, you didn't really talk like that.
No, definitely not.
But besides that, the actual game itself, it's just like...
Do you know where the studio is located? Because I remember like Life is Strange had a lot of cringy dialogue because I think they were trying to like capture like what people talk like here.
Hello, fellow children. No, I'm not sure where they are. But, I mean, the thing for me is, like, you saw the trailer, and you saw how, like, things get very, like, supernaturally and very, like, over the top.
Does Y2K hit and things actually got weird?
No, it's kind of just, like, the way the game is, but the thing is, like, they throw you in that, like, immediately. Like, you don't even get to really, like, live in this world before they throw that at you. Like, you get off the bus. This is, like, literally the first, like, 15, 20 minutes of the game. You get off the bus. Like, oh, I'm home from college. Let's go home and, see everybody. So you can walk around town, do whatever you want. You come home. There's, like, a note to go get groceries. Nobody's home. I'm like, all right, let's go to the fucking grocery store.
Sound a lot like Animal Crossing. I don't know.
So I'm exploring the town, trying to get there. And then I see this cat in the woods, like, right by the edge of the woods. He like takes my grocery list and fucks off into the woods. Like, I gotta go chase this fucking cat. So I go chase the cat, and then all of a sudden you get to this like factory, and everything is just like that weird art style. You're fighting like weird fucking people that are like look like aliens and shit. And like Alex isn't questioning it. Like he's talking to these people. He's like, hey, what's going on here? And I was just like, what is happening? Like you didn't even give me like a minute to breathe and like get set in like normal world that you're now throwing me into the whole topsy-turvy aspect of it.
I do not like this art style.
It's a very weird art style. I would describe the fighting, it's almost like South Park was, where it's like turn-based, but there's like little mini games to each attack.
Oh, it's interactive?
Yeah. So like with Alex, you throw a record, so like when you do his attack, the record spins on the table and there's like little color sections, and you gotta hit them all.
You see,
like a rhythm game.
Everyone keeps mentioning the records. Does everyone have one attack each?
Everyone has like a main type of attack. Like Alex has his records, there's a girl who has like a guitar that she smashes.
But is it only one attack, or does it have different moves?
That
sounds kind of just like it'll get
mostly
old.
one attack, but like you could buy different. Like I could buy different records with different stats.
Okay.
Another thing that annoyed me, there's a whole bunch of like gear. Like I got in a trunk. It was like camo jacket. You don't actually see him wearing it.
Oh, fuck that.
Yeah, that classic. Like fuck that. You didn't even put that in the game. So like the game itself, it's weird. It's like I have all these kind of issues with it, but I'm still enjoying it on some level. But it's definitely like a mediocre game so far to me. I'm hoping that it kind of captivates me more as I continue playing. But
well, the best way to rank things, would you tell your friend to buy this game?
I'd say wait for a sale. I'd 100% say just wait till it's on a sale and pick it up for cheaper. It was like $20, $30, I think.
Okay.
I think it was 20. I think it was 20, but I think it might have been 30.
You're playing on Switch, right?
Yes.
Cool.
And also, like, from what I looked up, I mean, they've kind of been cocky about the game for the past few years of development. Like, they've said they're, like, reimagining and, like almost like they're trying to perfect JRPGs. And then they described it as a postmodern RPG. Meaning, like, this is, like, the next era of RPGs. And then it's kind of like, it's kind of a whatever game. Like, you kind of oversold it.
Did they not play South Park and see that there's, like, already turn-based games with interactive moves?
Yeah, I guess.
Did they think they were doing that first?
Fair, I mean, this game's been in development for years. It's like 2015.
But when was Stick of Truth?
Probably came out about that year. Around 2014,
yeah,
2015.
Too late.
Yeah, way too late. I'll keep playing it. I'll see if it gets better. But right now, I'm kind of whatever on it. You know what I mean? Like, I brought my Switch home this weekend. I was like, I'll put some time into it. Haven't touched it. Like, I've just been on Destiny.
Gambit awaits.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I've just been having way more fun with Destiny that I'm not going to be like, force myself to be like, oh, God, gotta go, guys. I gotta go play Y2K. So that is the way the news goes. Now we will get into the actual news of the week. Of course, this week started right off the bat. As soon as this episode went live, it was like, hey guys, we're going to break some big news. Rocket League, up now on the PlayStation crossplay beta program. And right now you can jump in the game and match with people on Xbox. What are your thoughts on this news story?
It's awesome. I'm surprised Minecraft wasn't the second one.
Yes. Well, I think there's a whole issue with that because Minecraft makes you actually like log on to your Microsoft
Yeah, they like
account.
launched Xbox on the Switch or something. It was weird. But it's hype. It's dope. I don't think we can join parties yet. I think that's why they delayed Rocket Pass. I mean Rocket.net or whatever the hell they made. The Rocket League
Rocket Tag or something.
Yeah, like they were adding like a service you can cross-play join parties together. But then I think Fortnite got its crossplay, so they delayed that so that they can just incorporate that all at the same time when crossplay happens.
Yeah.
Really hyped about it. I haven't played Rocket League in a while, and this honestly isn't going to make me go back in for any reason. I don't really know anyone who plays Rocket League on other consoles, but it's good for video games.
Well, like, this is cool now because, like, for me, I always had, like, I've been an avid Rocket League player from the jump. I have beta like rewards and a bunch of progress on PS4. I have tons of crates and like rewards and items like that on PC, and I also mainly play on Switch now.
Well, can you combine those accounts?
I don't know if you can combine those accounts.
Oh, well,
but for me, it's cool. Of like, I think my coolest car is on PC, and it's like cool. Now I can play on PC and I can play with you guys on PS4. Well, like it's coming. You know what I mean? It's not out now.
Well, let's hope that the Rocket tags will make you be able to combine accounts. Like, oh, this is my account for PC.
I think they've already been ahead of the jump, and I think they've already been saying like there'll be no cross-platform trading. Yeah, just be allowed to party up. So I'm not getting my hopes up for that.
Still cool,
but yeah, no, that's still very cool, and I'm glad I'll be able to do that because I honestly miss playing on PC. I love PC was probably my favorite place to play it.
Oh, you get the nicer frames per second.
Exactly. And with a game like that, it really matters. I'm not like an overly frames per second nerd, but you will find on the show that like go play Rocket League on a PC or a Switch and then play it on your PS4 and tell me there's not input lag.
Dude,
there's totally input lag on PS4 and Xbox.
The only time I've seen frames per second is now when I go back and play Fortnite on the Switch, at least in handheld mode. I don't know if it's 60 frames on the dock mode, but seeing it on the PS4 and then playing it on Switch handheld, you totally notice the frames.
Oh yeah.
I don't even know how we played like that.
There's times where I've really thought about taking the HDMI and plugging it into my computer and playing like PS4 on my PC monitor just for like reaction time. Probably look a lot better. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, there's not much to say about it. Very cool that they're in the beta cross-pay program. Very excited to see that. And, you know, this is a good place for us to be heading into the next console generation.
Oh, definitely.
You know what I mean? Just heading right into, like, cross-play. You'll be able to play games with everybody. We got to tear down this wall. I want to be able to play with my Xbox friends. I want to be able to play Overwatch and Division and all these games with with friends on Xbox or... You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Like, me and Mikey will play NHL and he's always like... Or Madden, and he's like, oh, all my friends play on Xbox. I wish you had it so you could be in our... online franchise or play games with us, and I'm just like, I don't buy those games on Xbox because I don't really play my Xbox.
Yeah.
But if it was cross-play and I could play with all your friends, it'd be fucking great.
It's gonna happen.
So make it happen. Fucking make it happen. Next up on the list, the next Star Wars game has been canceled. I'm going to read a bit of an excerpt from Jason Schreier at Kotaku, who dropped the article. And the article states... Electronic Arts has canceled its open-world Star Wars game. According to 3 people familiar with goings-on at the company, the game, announced along with the shutdown of Visceral Games back in 2017, was being developed at EA's office in Vancouver. Vancouver, a large studio that mostly handles support for a variety of publishers' games like FIFA and Battlefront, was working on this open-world Star Wars game since October 2017, when EA closed Visceral. Until then, they were best known for Dead Space. They were developing their own Star Wars project. The project, codenamed Ragtag, was a linear action-adventure game directed by Uncharted developer Amy Hennig. EA Vancouver had been assisting on the project, and when EA closed Visceral Games, the Vancouver studio took it over. So now, basically, they took the remains of what was being made by Amy Hennig's game, codenamed Ragtag, and were working on that to make their own game, and now this game has been canceled. Like, at this point, is it just cursed? Do we just let it die?
Well, for what I thought when I saw this is I didn't even realize that they were using everything from the canceled game to make this new game.
It was like bits and pieces.
I feel like that's already a shitty start to making a game.
Yeah. Well, I think they were mostly using, like, maybe the worlds, maybe, like, little aspects that they can use, like, character models, you know what I mean, to remake a new game.
EA needs to be stopped.
Yeah. I think the thing with EA is you see it every year at E3, and you kind of see it. It's like they're 100% on the business side of things. They're not like a developer like, like a Bungie or like, I guess even a Bethesda where it's like, hey, we're going to be straight up with you and address things that, are going on with our games and talking to the community and getting feedback and working on stuff like this. EA kind of has that like faceless corporation feel to it. They put out their sports games, they make their money, and that's all they really care about. And you've seen it for years, being an avid Skate fan waiting for the next Skate that'll never happen. You're seeing it with Star Wars where they can't pump these games out. They've had the license for what, like 8 years out of their 10-year deal or something?
I think we're on our 5th year, going into the 6th soon.
So we're about 6 years in to this deal, and you've gave us
nothing.
2 Battlefront games that were mediocre.
Nothing.
Like for Star Wars, that's such a single, like, player, like, adventure-driven story of, like, that's what it's based on. For us in the past 6 years to have 0 single-player story games is ridiculous.
I don't even think that's even the problem either, because I think all multiplayer is fine if that's that one game. You can make, here's our multiplayer game, we'll come up with the story game later because stories take more time. But Battlefront 2 had the microtransaction debacle, and then also I just didn't like it. If I'm being completely honest, I just didn't like the way it felt to play it. And then Battlefront 1 honestly felt like an alpha to Battlefront 2. It's like it was so barren and so empty.
Yeah, it was like, when I first heard DICE was working on a Star Wars multiplayer game, I'm like, oh, this will be awesome. Battlefield is sick. seeing that large-scale war for Star Wars games will be awesome. And then, like, it just didn't translate real well. I didn't mind the first Battlefront. I actually liked the random pickups more than I did, like, the constantly striving all game to, like, hurry up and try to get a guy.
Definitely.
And then you get a guy and you die in your first life. It was frustrating.
The random pickups were definitely better.
Yeah, I liked it so much better. Overall, it was whatever. You know what I mean? It's like, we just give us a single-player game. That's all we want.
Yeah.
Like, at this point, like, Respawn, I had a tweet this week where I was like, help us, Respawn, you're our only hope, with, like, Leia, because it was like, it's true. Like, and you have to think Disney is talking about revoking this license. You know what I mean?
They have to have some... They either have to have some sort of get-out clause, or, like, Disney can afford the hit of whatever money it would take to just...
Yeah. Like, I'm sure Disney, ever since there were headlines saying, like, hey, this Star Wars game is promoting gambling to children, they're probably like, we need to get this fucking out now. Like, fix your fucking game. Fix this. You know what I mean? EA's done terrible.
It's also weird, because, like, clearly no one from Disney's there.
Yeah, they're like, yeah.
It's like 100% like, here's our license, do this.
They need to get this license back. They need to do what they've done for Marvel games and have a team dedicated to working on Star Wars titles that works with developers.
Like, I know it's dead now, but, like, imagine if instead of licensing Guardians of the Galaxy to Telltale, they licensed Star Wars to Telltale. That'd be fun.
It would have been awesome.
That would have been much better than Guardians, too. But, like, because, like, Star Wars is all about story. No one's really thinking of the highly intensive combat in the Star Wars world.
Yeah, no one's like,
remember in the first Battlefront trailer, they showed, like, lightsabers clashing with Luke and Darth Vader? It's like, that doesn't happen at all. You just kind of swing them.
Yeah. And then it was like watching that, and I was like, this will 100% never happen in the game.
It didn't.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know. At this point, like, I think the Respawn game is a do or die for that license.
And that company, that team. Yeah. That team's fucked if otherwise.
God, I feel so bad for Respawn. It's like, ever since EA's had them, it's like, first Titanfall 2 got the shit deal that it did.
Yeah, they
and now, like,
sent it out to die.
now Star Wars rides on your shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I feel so bad for this team. But hopefully Jedi Fallen Order ends up being a good game. That will remain to be seen. And we will keep tabs on that.
Well, do we know if that game is going to be a first-person game?
No, and nothing's been said.
Cool.
All that we know is the, what's his name in the baseball cap at E3 in the stands. I was like, yeah, the game's coming.
And he mentioned,
like, that was 100% not ready to be announced.
And,
they were like, we need to announce something because people are going to freak out.
Yeah.
Like, after the controversy, and they were like, get it out.
He, like, lightly mentioned the plot, too, but you could just kind of get through the name anyway.
It's set in the time when they were hunting the Jedi.
Which is fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be fucking cool.
One of the coolest parts of the original 6 Star Wars movies.
Yep. So, hopefully they'll get the license back, Disney, and we will start seeing more solid Star Wars games, because it's something I'm clamoring for.
Yeah, get your shit together. Just give me more Sims games and be on your way.
Oh, yeah.
Make your soccer games and your Sims games.
And then the final bit of news this week, not really news, just something that was worth discussing, the Mortal Kombat 11 reveal event. Now, neither of us are really, like, avid Mortal Kombat players.
I suck.
Big Injustice fans.
Suck at that, too.
Yeah, but we're button mashy. But I do really enjoy these games from, like, a cinematic perspective. Like, the way they look and play for fighting games is, like, top-notch.
Oh, they make me so...
The story modes they do for fighting games are unrivaled.
See, I tried playing... I don't think it was 10. I think it was the one before that. I was, like, playing at a friend's house, just, like, seeing the beginning of the story, and my thought was just, like, this is so weird. Why do I care about these random characters I don't know? But it's cool. They do have their story and their universe. I'm just behind on it, but the game looks great.
Mortal Kombat 10 was kind of like the first story one I kind of played through, and I felt like I got enough of it that I'm in.
Yeah.
It was kind of a good time to get in. It was like kind of a passing of the torch of like all the characters, like Johnny Cage's daughter, and like all these characters like sons and daughters kind of forming their own thing.
Yeah.
So that was really cool. And then obviously one of the big news is Ronda Rousey is going to be voicing Sonya Blade, which at first I was like, why? Like, well, what does it do for, like, having a name like that just as, like, does it sell copies? You know what I mean? Like, anyone, like, there's a lot of well-known voice actors, and it's just weird to me to have something like that.
Who else
like, a celebrity as a voice actor.
Do they have any other, like, big names in those games?
Not that I could think of.
If you're buying this game for Ronda Rousey's 10 voices of that, 10, actually, no, there's a story, so that's cool.
But besides the 6 hours of story you play, you're just going to hear Sonya Blade like, ha, ha.
If you're buying this game for Ronda Rousey's voice, let us know at Bulldog Gaming on Twitter.
I mean, it makes sense from an aspect of, like, it's a fighting game. Everyone knows her as a fighter.
But does it work?
Like, it'll sell copies.
Will it?
Yeah, it will. There are people out there. We don't care, but people do, I guess. Like, you know?
I didn't know she was a voice actor, though. That's my thing.
I mean, she's in WWE.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm sure she does enough of it. You know what I mean?
It's just her spreading her wings.
Yeah, of course. To me, it was just like, from a creative standpoint, what's the point of probably throwing so much money at her when there's a lot of talented voice actresses out there, you know?
Hey, man, if we're going to get someone from one of the women from WWE, glad it's her, because she's honestly rad.
Oh, yeah.
Always liked her.
Rad Ronda Rousey.
Yeah.
And then, besides that, it was some cool trailers. The Fatality trailer looks sick. But it's always like, I always stay away from that stuff. Because I don't want it, like, spoiled for me.
Well, don't people have multiple fatalities, and then aren't there, like, brutalities or something? There's, like, other ways to get the execution kill?
Yeah, the brutalities are, like, really hard, though. It's like you have to do this and this and this throughout the match.
So they probably just showed off a couple of the basic fatalities.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, probably. Probably the most, like...
So gross.
Because it's like, yeah,
So
that game's just a gore fest.
So someone's face get ripped off.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome.
Disgusting.
Yeah, you're not a big gore guy.
Nah.
And honestly, I mean, that was it. It was a quiet week this week.
I feel like the year still hasn't really ramped up.
Yeah, like we're getting, we're getting releases soon. It's like soon we're gonna have Anthem, Resident Evil 2, Division, and we're
Kingdom
gonna
Hearts?
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts is in 2 weeks, and like it's gonna start rolling.
That's actually in a...
You gonna stream that?
From what? Probably not. Maybe if I go through a second time, I will. It's actually a week from tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'll have to pre-order that bitch.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, unless there's anything to talk about, quick episode this week. There wasn't a lot.
Yeah, light episode.
Yeah. So I guess that's gonna do it for us here at Bulldog. As always, you could follow us on Twitter at Bulldog Gaming, twitch.tv/BulldogGaming. Got it right that time.
Haha.
And
bulldog.twitch/_.com.
XX69.
Oh, fuck. Not on the podcast.
And we will see you next week, hopefully with a bit more news right here at Bulldog Gaming.
Yeah, if you want it. And back to the Twitch, we've been streaming a little bit more often, so usually around the evening time, Eastern time, probably around maybe 6-ish, 7-ish, 8-ish.
Yeah.
We've been hopping on a little bit more often, so if you want to hang out with us there, come through. We'll play the games we want, or if you want to play something with us or watch us play something, just let us know.
Absolutely. And we will see you on the next one.
Yep.
Take care, guys.